Welcome to NoxVeil Story. Tonight I will tell you 3 terrifying stories from Japan. The first story is considered one of the darkest true crime stories in Japan's history. This video contains disturbing real events. Viewer discretion is advised. In November of 1988, a 17-year-old high school student named Junko Furuta disappeared while walking home from work near Tokyo, Japan. Junko was known as a kind, quiet, and hard-working student. She had good grades, close friends, and plans for the future. To everyone around her, she seemed like a completely normal teenager living a peaceful life. But on the night of November 25th, everything changed. While riding her bicycle home after work, Junko was approached by several teenage boys connected to a local gang. One of them kicked her bicycle to the ground, while another pretended to help her and offered to walk her home safely. Instead, the boys took her to a nearby house. Once inside, they threatened her and claimed that if she tried to escape, her family would be harmed. Out of fear, Junko stayed silent. Days turned into weeks. During that time, Junko was held captive inside the house and suffered horrific abuse. The details later discovered by investigators were so disturbing that many newspapers in Japan refused to publish the full story. At one point, she was reportedly forced to contact her parents and tell them she had run away voluntarily. Because of this, authorities initially believed she was simply missing by choice. Even more disturbing was the fact that several people reportedly suspected something terrible was happening inside the house. But fear and gang connections prevented anyone from stepping forward. After 44 days in captivity, Junko Furuta died from the injuries and abuse she had suffered. The attackers later attempted to hide the crime by placing her body inside a container filled with concrete. Months later, police uncovered the truth during a separate investigation. When details of the case became public, the entire country was horrified. To this day, the Junko Furuta case remains one of the most infamous and disturbing crimes in Japanese history. Many people continue to remember her story not because of the violence itself, but because so many chances to save her were ignored. In the second, we enter one of Japan's darkest places, Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Suicide Forest. This forest is real and lies near Mount Fuji. For years, people have entered these woods and never returned. Visitors report hearing whispers between the trees, seeing dark figures in the fog, and feeling watched even when nobody is there. This story is inspired by real events and legends surrounding Aokigahara. It was a cold, rainy night in Japan. A 23-year-old woman named Emmy left her apartment after sending one final message: "I need to go there." Hours later, cameras captured her riding her bicycle toward Aokigahara Forest. She carried only a flashlight, a phone, and a backpack. As soon as she entered the forest, everything became silent. No birds, no city sounds, only wind and rain. Emmy started recording voice messages. At first, she sounded calm. "It's cold here, but peaceful." Later, her voice changed. "I think someone is following me." Police later recovered the recordings. In one clip, a branch snaps behind her, followed by heavy breathing. And then silence. Emmy tried leaving the forest, but her phone compass started spinning randomly because of the volcanic rock beneath the ground. The deeper she walked, the thicker the fog became. Soon she noticed red ribbons tied around trees. People leave them behind to avoid getting lost, but Emmy's trail only led deeper into the darkness. Then she saw a figure standing between the trees, tall, motionless, watching her. Emmy started running. Her phone fell to the ground, but the recording continued. Crying, footsteps, heavy breathing, and another set of footsteps behind her. The next morning, her family reported her missing. Police searched the forest with flashlights during heavy rain. Hours later, they found her bicycle near an old warning sign. A few meters away, they found her broken phone. The final recording ended with a strange whisper. Emmy was never found. To this day, visitors claim they sometimes see a lonely woman standing silently in the fog between the trees. Locals still warn tourists about one thing. If you hear someone calling your name inside Aokigahara, do not answer. And the third story, it takes us deep into the dark forests surrounding Mount Fuji in Japan, a place covered in fog, silence, and mystery. Over the years, several people have disappeared near Mount Fuji under strange and unexplained circumstances. Some were later found deep inside the forests. Others were never seen again. This story is inspired by real disappearances and true events connected to the Mount Fuji area. It was late autumn in Japan. Cold wind moved through the trees as thick fog covered the mountain roads. A 27-year-old hiker named Ren decided to travel alone near the forests surrounding Mount Fuji. According to his friends, Ren loved photography and often explored quiet places to escape the stress of the city. The last message he sent was simple. "I found a place nobody talks about." Hours later, his phone stopped responding. Police later discovered security footage showing Ren entering a narrow road near the forest just before sunset. He carried a backpack, a flashlight, and a camera. After that moment, nobody saw him again. The next morning, his family reported him missing. Search teams entered the forest, carrying flashlights as rain slowly began falling through the trees. Visibility was terrible. The fog became thicker every hour, and the deeper officers walked into the forest, the quieter everything became. During the search, police discovered Ren's backpack lying beside a broken wooden sign near an abandoned trail. His camera was still inside. Most of the photos showed empty trees and fog, but the final image disturbed investigators. Far in the background, between the trees, a tall, shadowy figure appeared to be standing motionless and watching Ren from the darkness. Police believed it could have been another hiker, but nobody was ever identified. Hours later, search teams found Ren's flashlight still turned on near a steep area of the mountain path. Strange footprints surrounded the area before suddenly disappearing in the mud. No body was ever found. Days later, one of the officers involved in the search claimed he heard someone calling his name deep in the forest during the night. Another officer reported seeing a light moving between the trees, even though nobody else was there. Locals living near Mount Fuji say the forests around the mountain have always been feared. Some believe people become disoriented because of the dense fog and dangerous terrain. Others believe something else hides in the silence of those woods. To this day, hikers visiting Mount Fuji sometimes report hearing footsteps behind them while walking alone at night, even when nobody is there. Thanks for watching NoxVeil Story. Leave a like and subscribe for more dark mysteries and true horror stories from around the world.